guys, we're going to do a video over posture and guard, counting the closed guard when we're on our knees, okay? You know, we're not standing, we're really not coming up to one knee and staying up there. We will bring one of our knees up, sort of a combat base, but you know, one thing, I just want to go over all the details in the three main passing routes and situations that occur, and we'll do this with a little resistance too. You know, we taught a couple classes on this recently, and we're just pulling people, different ranks, and like, okay, I'm going to break your guard with posture. Don't let me do it, and I'm going to move to pass, right? But let's go over the details, and then we'll kind of add some layers here. Now, first off, I have dead toes, okay? Live toes, dead toes. Look, I realize that there's some debate on this. This is the way I was taught to do it, and it works extremely well for me. And the source of that I got the information from, I deem to be absolutely credible. Jack Toffer, if you want to watch him go over some of these details in BJJ versus Cancer, or Hickson, okay? So, right here. Now, another thing is like, yeah, I got posture, he's got closed guard, but I need to start doing a torso, like my hips are going to roll under, a pelvic tuck, like that. Now, don't do that. I don't hold it all the time. It can kind of tax you a little bit on the fronts of your legs. Now, some different ways, you know, you'll get into people like, oh, do I want to, you know, grab here? All right, different ways of, I've seen, you know, grabbing both and rolling. I've seen put the knuckle in the middle, roll. That's even in judo. I've seen people, you know, go both pants, lock in. And I think that that's just a little bit of preference of what you like to do, okay? I always split. Meaning I go one here, I grab lapel, or I grab both lapels, and I go one here, okay? Now, if Michael tries to reach and grab my hand, and he's pulling it, my hand's pointed up, so it pulls my elbow down into the back of his shin, right? Go 2 on 1, see if you can break it. Yeah, okay? Now, here's some details here. There's some things you don't want to do when you start trying to pass his guard. This. You do not want to do this, right? Now, a couple of things, like, I know I'm far away, but now that arm's open. If he breaks my posture, if he's got good control with his legs, right, he's got that arm for attacks. Arm drag is a little bit of a threat there, but what you'll see people do, another mistake is they'll go like this. When I do that, arm drag me on this side, just like reach across the sleeve and then the tricep with that hand, right? So, like that. Yes. Okay, so look, it's stuff that you go to kids class, you'll see them do that, right? Just mistakes that people make. So, you know, my hand placement, while some people do some different things, right, is that's some things you want to take into account. I'm not doing this. I'm here, okay? Now, Michael's low back is off the mat, right? So how do we deal with that? Well, a couple of things. I'm going to set the structure of my arms here. I'm going to push Michael's hips down. Sometimes I will widen my legs out to do that. Good close guard for me, right? And then I will kind of re-pinch them in just a little bit. Now, I've got dead toes. The main thing I have left to do is you see a little pitch forward in my head. It's because I have not tucked my pelvis under. So I'm going to roll those hips. Boom. Okay? That opens the guard. So good tight guard, right? So do a couple of sit-ups for me, Michael. Right, we covered this in the sit-up sweep counter video. Good, okay? Now, again, his low back's off, so I'm going to set the structure. I'm going to run through my checklist. I'm going to go here. I'm going to push his hips down. I'm going to pinch my knees a little. You don't want them to get shaky, right? And I'm going to roll. I'm going to do that pelvic tuck, rolling those hips under. Okay, all sort of simultaneously, right? Right there. Okay, here. So, one more time. All right, I pushed his low back down into the mat here. Have my feet together in the back, prayer feet. Okay, now I go and I collapse over here, and I go here. If you try to go under, a lot of times they will block you. You go inside to the bicep. Then you can advance to under the head, right? Or you can stay here. This is here, right? That way he doesn't get his shin in front of my belly. Okay, hip out from here. Right? See if you can, yeah. Okay? Now, if he starts going over to attack that arm, I step over and take the back, or I choke from here. Okay? Now, if I want to pass, which is what I'm going to do here with this arm. You can leave it there, but I'm going to move here as I pass. Right? I can either go there, or I can go here. Okay? If he ever pulls his, takes and 2-on-1s his arm under the head, and like pulls it out from under the head, like raise it up over your head like we did earlier, boom, inside position. You get a good cross side here, but you've got his arm trapped, or it can be looking to north-south or step over, okay? So that's just the basic, what people would call the windshield wiper pass, okay? So here, I think about this posture as being rooted into the ground. There are ways you can expose it. We're gonna go over that in some things we're gonna film here in a week or so, okay? So look, you're here, right? Got a good structure. I need to push down, roll your hips, right? Good tight close guard, boom. See what I did there? Sometimes I will lift his belt up when I'm doing this. It's like when I'm rolling more, when there's more resistance. Okay, now, it'll be a mistake if you do not put your feet together in the back. You will get caught in the half guard. Okay, so the prayer foot position is right here. Can you get me? No. Right, so as I do this, if I leave my foot there, whoop, he's got me. So then I need to change. So look, I go here, boom. Now, you can advance to the head like we did earlier, or you can do this. Kind of slide down his leg, get his legs facing the other way. Then you can play here. You want to attack this arm, good cross-side position, you know, here, whatever you want. So essentially what I'm doing is from the windshield wiper, that style, like this is the first guard pass I ever learned. I'm not even joking, right? He traps the foot. Then you go to the second guard pass I ever learned, right? Here, knee slide. I added this on at purple belt where you slide down the leg, right? Then two, sliding here from over his thigh to inside of his thigh, okay? Now, as I come here, right, just advancing however you want, you know, good head, arm, whatever. Now, another thing he'll do, right, so I'm here. Let's say I wasn't focused on this sort of leg control, you know, I wasn't focused on this, and I definitely, if I wasn't focused on that, wasn't focused on windshield wiper my arm over, you know, to get that next position. So when he comes in front, that's what we're gonna have to overcome. So give me that off of the closed guard, okay? So I'm breaking here, whoop, okay? So he's either gonna do this off of this or off the knee slide. We'll show that one next. Okay, now, how do I get around this? Well, a back step is a really good way. It uncoils you. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go here and here. You can back step even if you're here, okay? Put your arm where you want it, back step, block the hip. Okay, so now, let's tie it all together. I am going to break your guard, right? You're gonna have a good closed guard. I'm gonna be having a bad day, dude. I'm gonna leave my foot in the back. And then you're like, oh, free half guard, right? Then I'm gonna switch to knee slide. And then you're like, this dude's terrible. And you throw the second barrier up, the shin across my belly, right? But I've got the third move ahead, right? You got, remember the saying everybody says, you just think 3 moves ahead? That's what we're gonna do here. I'm gonna have the third move, which is coincidentally about the third pass I teach everybody. It's windshield wiper, knee slide, back step, okay? Here, all right, so I'm coming here. I left my foot in the back. All right, well, I'm gonna do this. You can also back step from the knee slide. Okay, so now, let's add a couple other details and then we'll kind of live play a little bit. Start using your hands, you know, like grabbing or pushing my shoulder, or but like, you know, this just kind of, we haven't really talked about any of that, so kind of add some of that in, okay? So here, there's that back take, right? And I've already got him. Okay, now look here, we did this like in some different videos, right? Mount inside position. Passing, right? It's not as hard as Rafa Mendez makes it out to look, right? It is great passing. I love that guy's passing, but it's so beautiful and layered, right? So, you know, he had this. He might have it from the get. He might get it. Boom. Okay. Now here's another thing they'll do with their hand periodically. Yes. Right there. And what I did was I went here. Right, or, so that's outside hand, inside. Right, now look. He's strong. Raise my elbows. Right, so then I can kind of go into the passing we did, any of it, right? Or, you know, take the back, right? A lot of times, again, you're passing over the side, the guy is, you know, trying to deal with this hand on the bicep, all these things. You take the back. I can see the back, maybe I could take it. I saw it from Travis Stevens. I didn't come up with it, but I thought it was a cool idea. And he's a John Donahue black belt, right? So I bet he knows what he's talking about, aside from all the Olympic judo that he's done. So, you know, here, this is the hub for me. I can windshield wiper passes through my basic passes. You got to be able to overcome barriers. I can switch to knee slide. I can backstep, right? I can take the back. I can pass the mount. Okay, so guys, watch here, like here. Just like I do the back, I can take the mount this way, right? Then I'm here in a high mount. So that's the one the little kids like to do, 7 points, right? They don't even think about sides like mount. That's what I want. Side control doesn't exist until they've been doing it like a long time. Okay. No, little Johnny, stop in side control. So let's do this. It'll feel like I'm going harder than I am because of the posture. But let's go like 50%, okay? Like rolling, like situational. You're trying to break my posture. I'm trying to pass your guard. You've got closed guard. Right? Go. Oh, it's open. Face the back take. Okay. Little, that one I didn't talk about in the video. I did go under his arm one time like that, but he's kind of, he was pushing right here. I was like, oh, I'm gonna come under that arm, right? But it went into one of my passing routes, another barrier to overcome. That's what's cool about this, right? Is you're gonna have people throw this up, and what in the beginning, you'll have posture down, then you'll start using it, and you'll have posture, but you won't have passing, right? They're the same. Let's do that one more time. Go. All right. Went to my offside that time. I didn't know if I was going to be able to do it. I was like, no, not the offside. But guys, that's what was apparent. That was what was available, right? Like, and it did. Kind of throw them. I'm like, okay, I'll just pass that. Same thing the other side is what I was thinking, right? But you got to be able to go that way, right? It's you know, we sometimes pass the other side for strategy, but you got to be able to adjust when people go to your non-dominant side. And most people, that's their non-dominant side, is this way, okay? So I just challenge everybody to think about follow-ups. Think about, you know, routes. You know, if they turn really into you, you're probably not going to pass and get them flat without like walking back to their hips or something, right? So maybe stepping over to mount or taking their back, if they're really cheating over, is solid. It is a good strategy. So guys, again, that's like some of the first stuff that I ever learned. And it's been a constant refinement on those details since I was a brown belt, right? That's when I really started to take hold of posture, right? Not just in guard, but but in a lot of places. And now, a little over 3 years into my black belt, still blowing my mind. All right? Thanks for watching.